If you've just turned 40 or over 40 and you feel like your metabolism is slowing down, you just keep on putting on the pounds, well, you're in the right place. Today, I'm going to share with you my 5 top tips on how to lose weight over 40. Step 1, stop counting calories. Why? When you focus in on calories and calorie restriction, then your body starts to get out of balance. Your hormones start to become imbalanced and your body starts to store weight as fat. So get out of that loop, reduce the anxiety around calorie counting, and you'll start to feel much better. So what's better to count instead? Counting vegetables. How many servings of vegetables do you eat in a day? A good goal would be to get around 6 to 8 servings of vegetables a day. You will feel the world a difference, and just by that alone, you increase your fiber enough to start to reduce glucose spikes, which brings me to number 2. So step number 2, reduce those glucose spikes. What happens when you eat something sweet by itself or something that's high in carbs, like a piece of bread or a croissant, something like that? What happens is that you have this big glucose spike and then your body shoves out insulin to help bring the glucose down, and it helps to do that by shoving extra glucose into your liver. It shoves it into some of your muscles, it shoves it into fat. In fact, insulin is a major fat storage hormone. So to help bring that down and to help reduce weight, you want to bring those glucose spikes down. There are a number of ways to do this. A couple of very simple tricks are first is to have a tall glass of water with 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. This will actually help to reduce your glucose spike anywhere from 11 to 30%. If you do want something sweet during the day, definitely have it after a meal with fat, fiber, and protein. A third option or a third trick to try out to reduce glucose spikes is to simply have a salad before each meal. So a salad before lunch, a salad before dinner. If you'd like to have a salad before your breakfast, you could try that too, though I know that's a little less popular. Now, the fourth thing, definitely start your day off right. Don't start your day with a carb-heavy meal. That will just cause those glucose spikes to happen, which will cause that fat storage to happen. It'll also cause your energy to drop. Now, the next thing, this is if you want to take it to that next level, it's to change up your diet. Go with a lower carb diet. Now, low carb does not necessarily mean keto, but definitely try to keep your carbs down below 100 grams a day. So if you weren't counting calories and you'd like to try to count something else, that would be an option. Number 3, reduce stress. So what happens to your body when you have tons and tons of stress? Your cortisol levels can spike, and that could cause a release of glucose into your body, which causes a spike of insulin in your body. But that's not the only thing that happens when you're stressed, especially chronically stressed. Another thing that can happen when you're chronically stressed is that your body starts to prioritize stress hormones, which messes with that whole insulin and glucose picture I just talked about. And then it starts to take away or steal from your sex hormones. So this could cause a drop in libido. There's a whole slew of other symptoms related to low sex hormones, which I'll go into in a future video. So reducing stress could be something as simple as doing a little bit of a meditation practice daily or breath work during the workday. So a good example is, if somebody's really got you going at work, just take a few moments to yourself, take a walk or go into a quiet room and just take some deep breaths, and then go on your way. Step 4, this might surprise some of you. It's about protein. Protein is so incredibly important as you age. So when you hit that 40 mark, you should be looking at ways to increase your protein. Now, why is this? Now, when you have low protein, you will have lower energy and it'll be harder to build up muscle. And you need that muscle to help burn off fat. So, focusing on about 20 to 45 grams of protein a day is a really great target for most women over 40. I encourage you to experiment a little bit with this. Definitely make sure to not skip protein at breakfast would be really, really important. Which brings me to 5. We just talked about protein. Protein is really important for muscle building. Well, you need muscles in order to take care of some of those glucose spikes that we talked about. Yes, glucose and insulin, these are really important things to focus in on when you're trying to lose weight. It's not calorie restriction. Please don't focus on calorie restriction. Instead, let's work on doing all the things that you can to help reduce those glucose spikes and reduce surges of insulin in the body. Now, when you build muscle, that actually gives your body more room, more places to put extra glucose. So then you become a little bit more insulin sensitive, right? So what that means is that your body doesn't need as much insulin in order to shove off and utilize the glucose in your body. And if you feel like, oh, I don't feel like I have a lot of muscle right now, well, here's your call to action. Start working on muscle building. And I don't mean going to the gym necessarily. If you do like to go to the gym, definitely go to the gym. I myself, I don't go to gyms. I usually work out at home. So at home, I have a lot of exercise tools that I use to help me build up strength. Now you could use body weight, you could use actual weights like dumbbells, for instance, very easy to use. I prefer to use body weight for now. So today I just shared my 5 tips on how to lose weight over 40. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to subscribe and I'll see you next week.